Hello, lovelies. Just came back to do another read for today. This is just gonna be a actual, book read as well as a tarot card minced message. So if you want to go ahead and look at Valentine's Day messages, I will also upload one of those. But this is not that. I am going to use the ABCs of Nature. This is a book, it's a family answer book, so it kind of just is informational about certain animals, what they can tell us, and how they can lead us. I do have an animal tarot deck as well. Actually, let me show you, it's really cool. Okay, so the Animal Spirits Knowledge cards. I don't know if you can see that with the glare. Sorry. Anyway, it's the paintings are by Susan Sedan Boulet, and they're just really beautiful cards. I definitely would. The text is by John Nagiecki, and I don't know. It just says, to the ancients, all things in nature had sacred or spiritual meaning. The world was inhabited by higher beings who took the form of fantastical creatures that were part animal, part human, and exceedingly powerful. These things are the spirit guides who lead the departed to the next life, heal the sick, and restore balance and harmony to a troubled world. The tribal healers knew the animal spirits well. They journeyed beyond the threshold of I'm sorry, my cat was eating something over there, and wasn't entirely sure, but she's just having her dinner, I guess. They journeyed beyond the threshold of ordinary reality to invoke the power of these great beings. The 48 paintings by Susan Sedan Boulet, who I guess is an American Brazilian, reproduced in this deck resonate with an ethereal energy and speak in the language of the soul. Each image is accompanied by a brief description of the animal's power and symbolism in various cultures. So we're not actually going to use that deck. We're going to use this book, but I can draw cards off of the animals that we actually draw from here and see what messages they've got to tell us. So let's go there. Oh, this is so perfect. I know this is not a Valentine's read, but gosh, like, could this get any better? So it says unusual birds. This is on page 232 and 233. Oh, that's so cute. The kiwi of New Zealand is a small flightless bird the size of a chicken. The name is also used for a type of fruit. Kiwis named for their call are strictly nocturnal. Though these birds are a national emblem for New Zealand, indeed few people have ever seen them in the wild. The elusive creature hides in burrows by day and feed at night by probing for worms and insects. They have long, pliable beaks with nostrils at the tips and are among the few birds using the sense of smell to locate food. Coarse, shaggy plumage is another unusual feature. Why does a puffin's beak look so strange? That's the next portion. So this is what this looks like, this page. I just want to show you because penguins are sometimes traditionally obviously seen as the lover birds. They stay together, they mate for life. And then flamingos oftentimes are, kind of the marriage. I've seen a lot of decks that have flamingos on them when they're symbolizing marriage. So it's just very ironic that I opened to this, and today happens to be Valentine's Day. So anyway, it says, why does a puffin's beak look so strange? Solemn looking and comical at the same time, the puffin inevitably suggests a clown. Both sexes sport the strikingly patterned beak, which plays a part in courtship. After the breeding season, the colorful outer plates are shed, and the birds are left with smaller, duller bills. A puffin's bill is more than an ornament. When the bird returns to its burrow from a trip to sea, its beak is crammed with neat rows of sand eels or other small fish. How a puffin manages to retain first fish while opening its beak to capture the others is somewhat of a puzzle. One suggestion is that the tongue may be used to clamp each succeeding fish against the roof of the mouth. It also asks, what are the rarest birds? And I'm just curious to know, because I want to know. I mean, who doesn't want to know what the rarest one is, right? Today, there are at least 100 bird species with fewer than 2,000 living individuals. Island creatures are especially threatened. Hawaii has some 15 endangered birds, including its unique honey creepers. but which is the rarest could not really be determined. Not only would the answer change over time, there are also several borderline species. The ivory-billed woodpecker, for one, they may no longer exist. The partial recovery of the whooping crane and the trumpeter swan in North America has demonstrated that, given careful monitoring and conservation measures, limited success in rescuing endangered species is possible. For some species, wildlife experts considered captive breeding programs the ultimate solutions. So that's that. That's pretty cool, guys. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use the unicorn deck. Unicorn. I don't know if you guys have seen The Last Unicorn. I probably will always mention that movie whenever I use this, but this actually looks like Pegasus to me because it's a flying unicorn. Not all unicorns can fly, but that's okay. And not all Pegasuses are unicorns either. Anyway, let's see what the spirits have to tell us. Okay. Well, that was pretty concise. I was going to pull 3, and 3 came flying right out. So, these guys, they fell on the floor. They were sideways. So I'm just going to take them in the upright because, just because that's better. So the first one is mystery. This is going to be number 21. 2 + 1 = 3. Explore the unknown and unexpected awaits you. Dun, dun, dun. So this is a nighttime adventure. Riding into the nighttime moonlight glow with your unicorn. Boop, boop. Right. So anyway, your unicorn could be like your dream house. Maybe it's the ring you've been waiting for. Maybe it's the man, like that King of Swords dude that we just saw in the other reading. Very strong energy of laying some very solid foundations. Number 31, surprise, came out next. Look for the unexpected today. Okay, so this is basically the same thing, except that there's a buck in the background and a peacock and a jumping goldfish and also a unicorn. It's actually a pretty cool card. And 3 + 1 is 4. So 4 is the number of home and hearth in the tarot. So this is actually very good omen, given that, this came out on top of the puffin and the kiwi bird. The flightless kiwi bird. Okay, and then there's manifestation. Number 19. So 10, completion. Focus on a vision beyond yourself and your unicorn will help you. Wow. So in this one, there's a man and a woman looking at this guy who's talking, and there's angels. I don't know. You guys can see the picture. Look for yourself. What do you see? Okay, just kidding. But this does have the word man. Manifested. 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 Are you guys about to party hardy or something? Not just fiestarita. I don't know. Anyway, this is pretty cool. Basically, keep an open mind. There is a mystery. You're going on a journey right now. This is a new path. This is a brand new surprise waiting to happen. A mystery surprise that is manifesting right before your eyes. So this is great. I don't know if I could have got a better reading. Like, you couldn't make this up if you tried. So let's just go ahead, and because we're on a streak, on a winning streak right now, I don't actually want to pull from this one today. It's a Testimony of Light. It is by Helen Greaves. Great book. But it's about after death experiences. So I figure since today is Valentine's Day, although this is not a Valentine's read, we probably don't need to be focused on the death of things. Anyway, this is African Spirit Speak by Nikki Arden. I'm going to go ahead and flip, see what we find. One evening this is page 98 and 99. My eye was originally drawn to this side of the page, so I'm just going to start here. One evening, as I sit panting after divining, I ask Sylvia and Joyce about the practice. Fortuning is what Joyce calls the process of divining. It differs from the concept of telling one's fortune in that it does not necessarily predict future happenings, but rather addresses what is currently going on in a client's life. Why doesn't the client just come in and tell you what's going wrong, I ask. No, they answer together, shaking their heads. When you go to the doctor, you don't tell him what is wrong. He must know that you have something wrong with you or what is wrong with you. Okay, I have to read that again because it's like worded very strangely. It says, no, they answered together, shaking their heads. When you go to the doctor, you don't tell him what is wrong. He must know that you have this wrong with you or that wrong with you. No, I say. When I go to the doctor, I tell her that I have a sore throat or a bad stomach. They look totally aghast. And you pay for them for that? That actually ended the chapter. Next chapter is chapter 15. The work goes on in Western worries. Literally. That was literally the end of that little portion there. Yeah, so basically this is saying, like, you know, an apple a day keeps a doctor away. Maybe this is just saying, you know, each person has their own concept of what love is or what healing or what rejuvenation of the spirit looks like or feels like. So maybe since this is a new mystery kind of surprise for you, maybe it's time to look into shifting your perspective to see what other people may see in you. Maybe someone's going to be telling you how they have shifted their perspective. Maybe you're simply redefining for yourself what love looks like this year. This is the year, apparently. So let's do it, 2020. Let's go puffins. Let's go kiwi birds. Even though you're flightless, we still got your back with the flamingos. So anyway, I think that's about it for now. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I shall be back sooner than later. Bye-bye.